Have you ever wondered how Dave Ardito makes his videos? Well, I have studied over 500 hours of Dave Ardito videos, and today I'm going to show you how you can make this video. And the beauty of it is, all you are going to need is your phone. But wait, I thought you had to pay money to use the mobile version of CapCut. Well, I got you guys covered. In the description, you'll find the link where you can download CapCut Pro for absolutely. And you will also find a link to the part 1 of this tutorial, as this is part 2. So the first thing you want to do is shoot the following videos on a tripod or anything you can use to stabilize your phone. Just make sure your phone does not move while you are shooting. First, you want to shoot this video of you jumping onto a table and jumping off of that table while facing the camera. And secondly, you want to shoot this other one of you doing basically the same thing, but this time you'll be backing the camera. Next, you want to get this other shot of you jumping and landing and then acting as if you are running towards the camera, and after you've moved a couple of steps forward, you want to jump up again and embarrass yourself. And next, you want to get this shot of you jumping up and landing like this, and make sure to shoot it in slow motion. But if your phone cannot record in slow motion, don't worry, you can just slow it down while we are editing. For this next shot, you do not need the tripod. With your phone in your hands, you want to record from the sky to the front of your door. If you do it correctly, you should get something very similar to this. Alright, so for the next shot, because we are going to be recreating this scene with him inside the house, you want to go inside the house with the tripod and then set up your phone so it's facing the door and make sure the door is open. Then walk into the frame and act like you just dashed in from the door, and then just stop. And then you want to bend the camera view downwards and then arrange the objects on the ground like this, then place your head on top of the object like we did on these scenes. And then afterwards, you want to grab your camera from tripod and then place it on the ground, which is exactly what I did. Place it on the ground and use something to hold it so it's not moving or it doesn't fall. Then place the object somewhere close like this, and then stand with your shoes very close to the object and just stay still for a couple of seconds. Afterwards, you can go ahead to kick away the object because you do not need it anymore. And that's it for all the shots that we are going to need. Alright, so if you somehow manage to survive the shooting process, let's move on to the edit. The first thing we need to do is steal the background from the original video. Yes, you heard that correctly. We are all criminals now. No, I'm just joking, we are not criminals yet. So for this video, we are going to be using these 3 backgrounds in particular. So to get them, just import this video into CapCut. Alright, so at the beginning, before Dave Ardito moves into the scene, you want to tap on the clip and then move the options at the bottom until you see freeze, then tap on it, and that will create a 3-second picture of the background that you just saw. And after you've gotten that, you want to move on to the next scene, which is this fence. And before Dave Ardito moves into the scene, you want to do the same thing that you did, tap on the clip and then move to freeze, tap on it. Then now you want to delete the video that is behind it. Alright, so for this scene, this is where we are going to be doing that criminal stuff I talked about, because there is absolutely no way you can create this scene without having to shoot it yourself. But I don't want you guys to suffer, so the easiest thing we can do is just to steal this scene from the video, because that's exactly what I did and nobody knew. Just right when the scene enters, you want to hit split. Make sure to delete the clip that is behind it and then move to when the scene changes to the next one, which is this airplane video. Then hit split. Obviously, we cannot use this airplane video as our own background in our own video, so I took the liberty to create a custom airplane video which you guys can use to edit. Alright, now go ahead to delete the remaining parts of the video because we are not going to need those anymore. Before we can add the airplane video, we need to make sure everything is as it should be. So you want to go back to the beginning and then tap on overlay, then add overlay, then add in the same video that you added before, then scale it down and position it on one side like this. It's going to serve as our reference. Now on the first background, you want to move to exactly that spot on the reference where the video changes to the next scene and then hit split, then delete the rest of it at the front because we are not going to need that. Then do the same thing for the second, move to when the scene changes again to the third scene, then hit split and delete everything after that. The third one should sort itself out because as you guys can remember, we stole this from the original video. I'm going to keep repeating this so you guys know that we are thieves if you want to make this video. Alright, so after that third video, now you can go ahead to add in the airplane video. and then move to that point where the scene changes again to this next scene, and then hit split and delete everything that is in front of that. Then next, you want to add in this video that you took of you recording the sky and then moving it to the front of your door. You also want to make sure that it's starting from the point where you started the movement, like when you started moving your hand from the sky to the door. You want to also move to when the scene changes to the inside of his house, and then he splits again and deletes everything that is in front of that. Then you want to import this video that you took inside your house. You want to move to right before you enter into the frame and then tap on freeze to create a still image of the background. Make sure to delete the clip that is behind it. Then you want to scroll to right when Dave Ardito starts coming in to the frame and then hit split and delete everything that is in front of that. Then you want to move to right when you do your own dash movements and then hit split. Then the video at the back, you want to tap on it and then scroll till you find overlay, then tap on it to make that video an overlay. And you want to also make a split very close to the end of that overlaid video that you just made and delete everything that is behind. Tap and hold that clip to select it, then move it to right when the split happens between the empty frame and your dash movement, when you should get something that looks like this. So go ahead to remove the background of the overlaid video and then add a keyframe at the end of it, then move backwards a little bit and then scale it down and push it to the opening of the door so it looks like it's coming in. So what you want to do now is to make sure that the object in your ladder is falling at the same time as Dave Ardito's foot, so the sound matches together. And the way you can do this is by going to speed and then increasing the speed little by little until you confirm that the fall happens at the same time. So when you've done that, you want to move to right when the scene changes to the close-up with the shoe and then hit split and delete everything from there. Then add in the video that you took with the close-up of your own shoe. Next up, you want to move to right when the scene changes also to the part where your head is on the foot on the ground. And then trim the close-up video of the shoe to exactly that point. Then add in this video that we shot of you putting your head on your own foot. And finally, you want to move to the end of the video and hit split, then delete everything after that. Now on the video that you added as a reference originally, you want to tap on it and delete it. And after you've done that, you want to go ahead to tap on export to export the video. Then click on done and open a new project and import that same video we just exported out of CapCut back into CapCut. Alright, so I know that was a lot, but I promise it gets easier from here. The first thing you want to do is to add in the same video as an overlay and then scale it down and position it on the side like this. Like we did before, is going to be our reference. Then you want to go ahead to add in this video. Then move to right when your feet touch the table and you're about to bounce off. Then hit split from there and delete everything behind. Touch and hold that clip, then move it to the beginning. Now looking at your reference, you want to move to right when Dave Ardito starts coming into the video and then position your clip at that exact spot. Alright, so now you want to move to right when the second speed dash starts. Hit split and delete everything after that. You want to remove the background of the entire video and position it on top of the building like this. And move to right when the first speed dash ends and then hit split. On the video behind at the beginning, you want to add a keyframe. You want to move to the beginning of that same video and then move your character out of the frame and make sure to increase the scale like this. Then you should get something like that looks like this. Then you want to go ahead to copy that same video, then position it after the one in the middle. What you want to do now is to remove the first keyframe and then add another one. And again, looking at your reference, you want to move to when the second speed dash ends and make sure to remove this keyframe that you had before. Then what you want to do now is to move this video to the other side and make sure to scale it down like this. Now you want to go ahead to copy this video that is at the middle and then place it after this one that you just made. Now you want to go to edit and then tap on mirror to make it face the other direction, then rotate it like this and reduce the scale, then place it on top of the other building. You want to move to where the second speed dash starts and then trim that video to stop at that exact spot. Then go ahead to copy the video that is behind it. Remember to remove the first keyframe and then add another one. Then remove the keyframe at the end. On the keyframe that you added at the beginning, you want to scale it down and rotate it like this. And then move to when Dave Ardito is out of the video for the third speed dash. And then move it right next to the ceiling like this. And then hit split and delete everything after that. Alright, so that's it for the first scene. So we're moving on to the second scene and you want to go ahead to add in this video. Move to right when the speed dash starts, like when he starts coming into the frame, and then move that clip to exactly that spot. You want to also move to right when he's out of the frame for the second speed dash and then split and delete everything after that. Then go ahead to remove the background of this video. Now what you want to do is to rotate it and place it on top of the wall like this. Then move to right when the movement ends for the first speed dash, like when he's on the wall. Then add a keyframe at exactly that spot and hit split. Then you want to go to the beginning of that video and scale up and increase the scale a little bit and move it out of the screen. Then you want to move to right when the second speed dash starts, and then hit split, then rotate it like this and place it on top of the wall. Make sure it's facing the direction of the wall, and then add a keyframe at the beginning. Then move to right when the Ardito is out of the screen for the second speed dash, and then enlarge the scale also on your own and bring it out of the video like this. You should get something that looks like this. Alright, the third thing, as you guys can remember, we stole it, so we don't need to do anything here. We are thieves. So the next thing we need to do is to edit this part with the airplane, and it's fairly simple. All you have to do is to add this video of you jumping up and landing, then running, and then go ahead to remove the background. Now you want to move right when Dave Ardito lands on a plane, and then make sure it matches with when you also land on your own airplane. For this one, you have to really be careful, and on that spot exactly, you want to go ahead to add a keyframe, and then go behind it to when Dave Ardito is flying towards the plane, and then reduce the scale a lot, and then move it backwards like this. You should get something that looks like this. Now as you can see, the character doesn't actually match with the plane, so you have to manually adjust it so it looks like it's landing on top of the plane. So once you get that, you want to also make sure that the jump is happening at the same time, the jump off of the plane. To do this, immediately after the landing, you want to hit split and then move to the point where you start running, and then also hit split from there and delete everything that is behind. Then move that clip to match up with the first one so it's changing exactly at the same time. Now you want to add a keyframe at the beginning and then match it with the plane. Just move it forward as it's running so it looks like it's running on top of the plane. As you can see, the jump does not match, so you can still go to speed and then increase the speed so the jump happens at the same time. Alright, so once you've gotten the jump, move to when the scene changes and then hit split and delete everything. Then now you want to match up the running on top of the plane so you get something that looks like this. Then right when Dave Ardito is at the sky and it's about to be pushed back, you want to add a keyframe on this video and then move backwards a little bit, then reduce the scale a lot and move it backwards like this so it looks like you are flying back. Now right after the last keyframe, you want to hit split and delete everything after that. Then on the next scene, you want to go ahead to add this video. As you guys can see, it's in slow motion, so if yours is not, you want to go to speed and reduce the speed a lot so it's moving slowly. Now what you want to do is to scroll to that point where the scene changes to the video inside the house and then hit split and delete everything from there. Now you want to go ahead to remove the background of this video. Now that you want to scale it down to the smallest size you can go, and then add a keyframe at the beginning and move it out of the screen like this. Then at the end, you want to also move it and scale it up a little bit, then move it somehow close to the door to get something that looks like this. Because we had already edited all these parts before, we don't really have to do them now. So the next thing we need to do is to add the motion blur to all the speed dash movements. And the easiest way to do that is to go to Effects and then search for motion blur. Once you add it, you want to move to when the first speed dash is happening, like right in the middle of it, and then tap on Object, then set it to Overlay, which is that overlay video, to add the speed dash. Now you want to go to Adjust and follow this exact adjustment settings. Set the horizontal to 26 and the intensity to 100. Now you want to go ahead to trim it to only that speed dash movement. Copy it and then place it on top of the second speed dash. Right in the middle of that speed dash also, you want to tap on the effect and then tap on Object and set it to Overlay, which is that overlay video also. You want to do the same for the third one. You want to copy it and then place it over the third speed dash and then tap on Object and set it to Overlay. And you want to also copy it and then set it on this speed dash movement for the next scene. Set the Object also to Overlay, and then you want to also copy the motion blur effect again and then place it over the second speed dash movement of you going out of the screen. Also set the Object to Overlay. Alright, so once you've added all the motion blur, what we need to do now is to add in the shake effect. So go to Effects and then search for shake. Then once you add the shake, to set the speed to 100 and the intensity to 12 because we don't want it too high. Then you want to go ahead to set the object to all video. Now you want to trim it to be only on that first speed dash. Trim it to be only on that first speed dash. Copy the shake effect and then move it to where the second speed dash ends. And you want to also do that for all the speed dash. On all the speed dashes, make sure that there is a shake effect. And even the ones that we did before, on this one of you coming in, you want to make sure that right after you come into the room, you also copy another shake effect and place it there. So the final thing we need to do is to add in this dust effect as an overlay on top of this scene. Alright, so once you add it, the first thing you want to do is to increase the speed to 5.2 and then go to blend and set the blending mode to filter to remove the black background. Then rotate it and face it in the direction of your character going out. Then you should get something that looks like this. Once you've done all of that, you can go ahead to tap on export. To create the full video, all you have to do is to combine the video you made from the part 1 with this one that you just made from the part 2. Congratulations, you have made it to the end, and if you followed all the steps correctly, you should have something that looks like this.